In northern Tanzania, a Hadza man naps in the shade, his day's work done.
They are among Earth's last hunter-gatherers, living as humans did for 300,000 years. Ancient humans worked about 2.5 hours daily. Hunting, gathering, cooking, every chore kept them alive.
Most of us hit that before lunch. They are never told to be somewhere at a specific time.
They have almost none of our chronic diseases. They laugh more in one afternoon than we do all week.
Researchers say they look happier than us. What do they actually do all day? We are here to understand their daily routines. In 1968, Richard Lee published years of data on the Kung Bushmen of the Kalahari Desert. He tracked their time down to the minute. His total came to about 15 hours of work per week.
Ancestors had no boss, no rent, no weekends. Every day was already mostly a weekend.
So let's walk through their day. Sunrise. You wake to the sky getting lighter.
The temperature shifts, the camp moves around you. You sleep on a hide laid over flattened grass.
Maybe a small fire that someone fed during the night. Everything you own fits in a single bag.
A digging stick or a bow. A few hides, maybe beads from a daughter or a sister.
There are roughly 25 to 30 people in your camp. You know every single one of them.
Nobody is on a clock. The first hour is talking. A study found Bushmen spend hours daily in casual conversation.
This is not gossip in the trivial sense. This conversation is the operating system of the camp.
Who is sleeping with whom? Who took more than their share yesterday? Who told a good joke last week?
Who has been quiet and might be sick? This is also the entire legal system. The way the Kung kept order was by talking about each other. If a man hoarded meat, people made jokes.
If a woman broke a promise, whispers traveled. If you became unbearable, no camp would have you.
That is the harshest punishment a hunter-gatherer can face. It was almost never used.
In 1969, an observer saw this happen to himself. He bought the biggest ox for Christmas.
The Kung made fun of the gift for weeks. They told Lee the ox was too skinny and meat terrible.
They said he wasted everyone's time. Lee was confused. He had checked the ox carefully.
It was a great animal. So he finally asked an OLD man what was going on.
The OLD man explained, "When a hunter brings a big kill, the camp doesn't celebrate. They mock it."
They say the kill is small, the meat is bad. The bigger the kill, the harder they mock.
Of course.
It's about equality, not inadequacy.
That is how the Kung keep their hunters from thinking they are better than everyone else.
They had been doing the same thing to Lee. He brought a great gift, so they cut him down to size.
In a Kung camp, no one is allowed to feel above anyone else. Every joke, complaint, story is a tool for equality.
We built prisons. They handled things by talking to each other. Mid-morning, the men start to gather for the hunt.
Hunting is dramatic. It is also unreliable. Most hunters come home empty-handed. A successful kill happens maybe once every few days, sometimes less. A Hadza man might walk 20 miles.
He might track a wounded animal for hours, lose it, and come home with nothing but a few small birds. But when they do connect, they connect hard. Their arrows are tipped with poison from a desert rose.
The hunter shoots, then tracks the animal for hours while the poison works. They have brought down everything,
from antelope to giraffe this way. Yet, the hunters are not the ones who feed the camp. The women are. They climb, dig, and gather, returning with steady food that does not depend on luck. That walk back is where most of the camp's gossip and decisions actually happen. The men feast you, the women feed you. The most productive gatherers are usually the grandmothers. Women in their 50s and 60s bring back more food per day than mothers in their 20s. Many of them are still walking 5 to 10 miles into their 70s. Anthropologists call this the grandmother hypothesis.
It explains why humans are the only primate species whose women live for decades past menopause. The idea is that grandmothers feeding their grandchildren made the whole species more successful.
By 6, she can find food on her own. By 10, she is contributing meaningfully to the family. By 8, a Hadza boy can be sent out alone with his bow and come back with a bird. That is just what an 8-year-old does.
Anthropologist David Lancy studied dozens of traditional communities and found that children spent most of their day in mixed-age playgroups.
A child who asked a question was usually answered by a sibling. This is how human children learned for hundreds of thousands of years. Through watching, copying, and playing at the work the adults were doing right next to them.
This is the school humans evolved to attend. Midday. The first food returns to camp. It gets shared immediately. Sharing is not optional, it's a rule. If a Hadza man kills a large animal, he does not own that meat. He distributes it. The hunter himself often gets one of the worst cuts. The camp gets the rest.
Anthropologists think this constant sharing is one of the things that built the human brain.
Tracking who gave what to whom, who skipped a turn, who stepped up when it mattered. That is a level of social arithmetic no other species has ever needed. Nobody works through the heat. People nap, sit in shade, repair arrows, weave grass into baskets, pick lice from each other's hair, which takes an hour and is mostly an excuse to be physically close to people you love. The middle of the day is for the body. If you have to relieve yourself, you walk a short distance into the bush.
There is no toilet paper. There are leaves, sand, water. You don't think much about it.
If you are a woman and you are bleeding, you use soft grass or moss. The Hadza do not isolate menstruating women.
You go about your day. If individuals wish to engage in intimate relationships, they do so freely.
There is privacy when people want it, but not the heavy taboo we attach to it. Conflicts do happen. These people are human.